Mama bear is gonna be real excited to see her little cub up there.
I couldn't find a pin for it.
It's all right, nice and nasty.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to leave to go get Tyler's bus, but it's raining out, so we're gonna delay for about 45 minutes here because it's gonna stop raining. That way we don't have to load up in the rain. That's just gonna suck and then be wet in the truck all day. But, it's raining pretty decent out there. Okay, we got his truck all loaded up here with our spare tires. Tire for the truck here and 2 tires for the bus. We've got all kinds of fluids, several gallons of oil, some larger tools, food, blocks, jacks. You have a hydraulic jack, right?
Yeah, I got one jack.
Power tools. We should be good to go. Extra batteries,
Don't forget the bunny suits.
walkie-talkies, bunny suits. Well, bunny suit and Yeti suit. All right, we're leaving the property here, heading to North Carolina, Stanfield, North Carolina. About 500 miles. We're on Interstate 40, heading to Nashville. Turning out to be a nice day right now. Hopefully the clouds will stick around. About 300 miles to go. We're about 1,300 feet right now. Just some little Tennessee mountains. I assume this is the Smoky Mountains.
It lives up to the name.
Eastern Tennessee. Bender. I would guess this is compliments of the TVA. exit there, 67 and 2 miles.
So we're gonna hit this grade in the middle when we come back, getting on. Without a good running start.
Yeah.
Great.
My ears just popped.
Yeah, I might have been doing it too.
Just when I think I'm going to get a shot of the skyline, it doesn't.
Proceed to the route. Turn left. In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Commercial Boulevard.
Could have smoked a little bit when I stood. Yeah, but
Yeah. So we'll work on the pedal up front too, and get to hit the treadle too, and move it a few times. No smoke at all, Tyler.
help if I was on it.
Bo's cleaning out the mess. Brent's jacking it up. Tyler's getting the new wheels out. Looks clear. Man, look at all that crap. The bus needs to go up?
Yeah.
I think it's because of the angle that you're at. Cool. There you go.
I made that look too
Oh,
easy.
so
The reverse thread, Tyler. The reverse thread, Tyler, for the third time. There you go. Your brain doesn't let you do that, I know.
No, it doesn't. I was thinking the whole time backwards.
you just want to go into the power in the front, right, Scott?
Well, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't need to go back to the. Well, who knows? Okay, so it's morning 2 here. I slept in the Cena Cruiser last night. We had several issues that we worked through last night. I didn't have a whole lot of time to shoot video, but I'll go through them now. We got to go to the parts store this morning. This battery terminal here came apart, and that's what holds everything together there. So this came out of it. So we're gonna go get a new battery terminal. Then we had an issue with the blower motors for the heater inside. So there's giant, like 100 amp blower squirrel cage fans in that circulate the hot and cold air for the air conditioning and the heating in there. For some reason, those were just turning on automatically, and they draw like 100 amps. So as soon as the battery was hooked up, they would turn on. We would pop every single fuse, take them out, every fuse out, and the blower motor still ran. I knew that the wiring for the dashboard is terminal 31 is what goes to the blower motors. And so we disconnected the wires off of terminal 31, still had power. So then I went into, there's a switch, a manual switch in there to turn the blower motors on and off. I went ahead and disconnected all the wires from that switch, and the blower motor was still on. So I'm like, you know what, those blower motors have huge wires that go to them from somewhere. We didn't know where, but I know on my bus I've had them off before. So I knew it had to be relay controlled. So then we started looking around for a relay, and Bo Noble, who's one of the Patreon members, and he's helped us out in North Carolina before. He was here with Brandon yesterday helping us, and he found a relay in this compartment here in the back, which this is where the heater core is up in there. This is where the factory air conditioning pony motor's at. So he found that relay, and that's what it was. We disconnected the wires from the relay, and then the blower motors did not turn on anymore. But that took several hours for us to find that. We couldn't run with that. Then the alternator was not working. It would not charge. But we ended up taking and exciting the wire on the terminal of the back here. Let's see if I can open this up. So just by exciting this wire right here, it started to charge. And the charge gauge on the dash does work, so I'll be able to keep an eye on that, but it did start working, so that was good. So it took a while to work through that problem. The throttle is still a little sticky, but it's only sticking a couple hundred RPM above idle, so we can deal with that to get home. We only have one fan belt on it, and that is the original fan, and there is no fan shroud, so I'm definitely worried about overheating. Temperature gauge appears to be working, but we've not got it up to temperature yet. So we're going to keep a real close eye on that. If we have to buy a couple of electric radiator fans and mount them here to the outside, we can definitely do that. So okay, so we're gonna go to AutoZone this morning, or Walmart. I think we're gonna go to Walmart because they're open earlier.
No, O'Reilly opens in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go to O'Reilly's and get that battery terminal and go from there. Okay, got the new battery terminal on there. What was that?
Battery catching?
Was it a spark?
No.
Oh, just the plastic on it?
Yeah. That's the one.
Tyler's wiring up this fan here. We actually got 2 extra radiator fans. We're only going to hook the big one up for now. And if we're having any overheat problems, then we're going to hook up the extra one. We can't get this bay door open on here without a lot of fight. So we're just going to stick the one on there, leave room to get the other one on there if we need to. I think we'll be okay, though, with just the one. But we'll see. Okay, we have the oil bath air filters all serviced and cleaned, ready to go. This one, when we put it on last night, oil was just pouring out of the bottom. There were 3 holes in the bottom of it. So I sealed it up with Permatex on both sides, let it dry for several hours, and then put it back on. So we should be good there now. We don't have a spare fuel filter, so we're going to pray that that works for us today. Air compressor's been working great, building air. Air system's tight. It actually holds air for several hours after shutting down, which is kind of a miracle. Okay. Ran a simple little disconnect for it for now. There's no switch or anything, but we'll hook it up to we went right to the alternator on it. Put some duct tape over the seat. This stuff's all turned into a powder and coming out every time I sit down. I got a yellow ass, so got the camo Gorilla tape. Temperature we got
77 on the front, we're at 71 on the rear.
Yeah.
76, 77.
Yeah, 671. 68. Okay. That's good. Nothing's hot. We're at our first fuel stop here.
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, so we're gonna pull out of the gas station. Oh, door's gonna take 2 hands. A little harder than mine. we clicked off over 200 miles already. It's a little loud in here, but the bus is doing great. Good. We got to keep an eye on the temperature though. It's 89 degrees outside, and by us checking the temperature gauge inside with the actual thermostat housing, it's about 20 degrees warmer the engine than what it reads in here. So right now I'm running about 175 in here, which is 195. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. It's got to go a little slower. I'm going about 50 miles an hour, although this hill is slowing me down just a little bit. It's pretty steep. We've gone about 450 some miles, so we got less than 50 miles to go. That's exciting. We're doing real good. Miles to our exit off of the interstate. Still bouncing. So the bunny did the hill climb. It's hot as balls in here. There's no window knobs to roll down the windows. It was rough.
This thing is really not comfortable.
Hello there, Yeti.
What? Yeah, I did that first.
Hey there, bunny.
Hey!
What's up?
Oh, I'm looking for my balls because I sweated them off around here somewhere.
Not your carrot?
No, yeah, my carrot. Oh my God, there's no window knobs to roll down the windows. There's no ventilation, and it was sunny and hot. Hey, the bus made it up the hill, no problem, Tyler.
I saw.
I got on a little harder than I wanted to, and the throttle stuck. I was like, ah!
I was wondering what you were doing.
All right, so as you saw, Tyler's bus has made it home, and he's with his brother now, Lenny and Larry. Tyler's decided to name his bus Larry. Larry's a really cool name for us. So Larry, my stepfather passed away. Well, society will call him my stepfather, but for me, he's just an extra father, you know, another father. But he passed away several years ago, and him and Tyler were really close. And the name Larry sounds good with the name Lenny, so two kind of L names that sound neat together. So kind of as a tribute to his papa Larry, he's naming his bus Larry. And he used to go to all kinds of hot rod shows. His papa had all kinds of hot rods, and they'd always go to hot rod shows together and stuff like that, and car shows and things like that. So they were definitely buddies. So Tyler is going to end up putting some pretty cool vintage pinstriping on the back, and then put Larry's name on the back too. So anyway, so I'd like you to meet Larry, Lenny's slightly older brother. So about 500 and something serial numbers earlier, so same model year. Bus did great. I had to keep an eye on the temperatures. It was getting a little warm. The coolant gauge is not accurate. It's about 20 degrees off. It's a good thing that we took a infrared thermometer to be able to compare those readings back and forth for the accuracy of the gauge, because otherwise if somebody would have been known to do that, they would have overheated it for sure, because 200 degrees on the temperature gauge would have been 220 and the engine would have been toast. Brakes worked great on it. We had no issues with anything other than it was just once it got up to almost 90 degrees today, then I had to just go a little bit slower to stop the temperature from creeping up. But I never blew out any coolant or anything. I don't think I ever really got over 200, but because I wanted a safe buffer zone in there on the coolant on it. Let's go look at the engine. Tyler, you got it opened up back there?
Yeah.
As far as I know,
Pretty clean too.
It didn't.
Following you home for 500 miles.
500 miles right behind me, and there's no oil or anything on your windshield, right?
Right.
It is not an oil leaker. The back of the bus is clean. The engine is clean. There's no puddle. That's right where I just pulled him up and stopped him. Engine runs great. Super strong. Does not smoke at all. Other than, a little bit of black smoke when I go up a hill because I couldn't, keep the momentum going. It is a dog compared to my bus a little bit. I don't have the same kind of acceleration. Some of it's the throttle, and then I'm very curious to see what kind of injectors are in it. So even though he's a lot lighter than my bus, I don't have the same acceleration and pickup on it. The rear tires on it are obviously out of round because it about beat the crap out of me on the way home.
Yeah, I got a message on the way back that those tires were flat spotted.
Yeah, they were very boom, 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 boom down the road. Everything was so loud inside the bus. Just engine noise. There's no insulation or anything. So, and my God, was it hot in there? I don't know if I told you this already, but I died in there. It was so hot. But yeah, there's no soundproofing or insulation. Everything rattles and shakes and vibrates because of those wheels, and even the engine bay back there, none of that stuff is sealed up. So it's just pure engine noise, rattling, shaking, vibrating. It's rough. Almost reminded me of that Eagle with Sean, how loud that was, but it's definitely loud in here. But the bus did great, man. I can't, for as little work that we did, it was mostly electrical problems that we had, just electrical issues. Not too bad. Oil pressure was good. He's going to need to rewire a whole bunch of stuff on here, but he's got it's a nice bus. It just needs a little bit of TLC, and I know some people look at it and be like, oh, look at that old piece of shit bus, but that is not what it is at all. It is a beautiful work of art, and it'll be looking like Lenny in no time. Yeah, it's a sweet bus.
See him loading up his tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long, hard ride in that pre-war silver sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. See that 4104 with the propped up engine door. Watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, 'cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows in Detroit there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue silver sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Get that bus grease monkey down the road. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?